Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Good day to you anywhere you're listening. I am Yemi, and this is the weekly market forecast. Starting from the fundamental outlook on the forestfactory.com on Monday 8th till Friday 12th of September. This is the weekly fundamental outlook. And on Wednesday, we have our impact news, which we had none on Monday and Tuesday. At exactly 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, US dollar is coming up with a core PPI and PPI monthly by monthly news. The forecast is zero point 0.3, and this is already a big anticipation in the market to shape the market in a particular direction. So let's be careful how we trade it on that day. And Thursday is the biggest day of the week for the fundamental outlook, where we have more highlights on the euro and the US dollar. And of course, it's coming up for 1:15 p.m. Nigerian time for the euro, which is the main refinance rate and monetary policy statement. And we have the US dollar coming up 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, which is the core CPI news, and CPI monthly by monthly also coming up that time. And I won't lie to you, this is one of the most interesting news to look out for. This for this week is going to be a fantastic one again. And we have the 1:45 p.m., which is the Euro ECB press conference. Depending on what the chairman will say, we do not know how the Euro is going to move. But so far, so well. On Friday, we have 7 o'clock Nigerian time, which is in the morning. The GDP coming up with Great Britain pounds GDP news. And we also have the 3 p.m. US dollar news coming up on the prelim UM consumer sentiment. And this is the highlight for the week on the fundamental outlook. Quickly, let's go straight to what we have from the technical outlook, and let's see what opportunity we have in the market for this week. All right, starting from the week time frame perspective, we can see that we have the XY right here in a very choking environment. And within this price range, it's been ranging for a long time now, as you can see. And what are we looking out for right now is the momentum to either the upside or the downside. But from what we have here, what can we really bring out? First, we have the higher price level. We have the higher price level ever since it's creating lower highs in the market. So if we have to go by that analogy, therefore, we have a complete bearish momentum taking charge of the market. And what we have from this price level is maintaining almost an equal lows for the past 3, 5, 6 weeks. And if I'm going to anticipate anything in this outlook, therefore, I'll be expecting more bearish momentum, grab liquidity below here before the price is in this level at 100.00 psychological zone on the XY. So basically, to keep this very simple, all I have to say is I'll be expecting more bearish momentum to move into this price range here before I anticipate more bullish energy from here in the future. So this is what I'm anticipating on the DXY weekly time frame perspective. On the daily, what do we have? Let's check what we have on the daily. On the daily, it shouldn't be too different. On the daily, we have a lot of range going on right here. Lot of it. So everything you see around here is filled with range rather. Ranging to the high price to the low price, back and forth, grabbing liquidity above and below, but creating lower lows, lower highs eventually, slowly and annoying. That's what it's creating. Okay, so far so well. It looks bearish, and of course, it will be good if we have a Monday candle closing, and if it's closing anywhere around here, it will be easier for us to anticipate a bearish momentum candle, which will serve something like this. I'm coming, which will create something like this. And from here, we can have this, grab the liquidity from the red and boom to the upside. And then we can have that clearing of this zone right here. So this is still very good for us at the end of Monday, the closing of Monday. Okay. And it is also possible that we have the price actually doing a direct range into this level at the market opening, which can be caused by gap. So which means we can have something like this already. All right, so we can't tell yet, but let's see and let's focus on what the price may likely do next. And how the price played out, let's be available to take position. On 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, this is it here. So far so well, this is looking bearish, right? We have the high here, we have the lows, failure swing right here. As you can see, the failure swing is created here. We have the failure swing, and from that moment, what do we have next? Look at this. Okay, so far so well. We've seen how the price has created this failure swing. We've seen the previous low taken out in the market. We've seen the level here, which is a low liquidity grab below here. We see how the price has created a shift to the upside. But so far so well. what exactly can we still bring out from this chart? It's very simple. Look at what the price is saying right now. Bring this very close to the highs, and let's see, we have an opportunity to see a fair value gap zone there, which is a bearish one. And of course, the price has tapped into it just a little. As you can see, this has been tapped into just a little, and I'll be expecting more tap into that range for us to have more bearish momentum in the market. So ideally, how does that look like? Well, I'll be expecting it to do something like this and break that low, and then this happens, and then we have something like this. So far so well. This is the fair value gap I was talking about that I'm expecting to see. All right. This is on the 4 hour time frame perspective, 4 hour time frame perspective. 4 hour time frame, fair value gap zone. Okay, so this is what I'll be expecting to see on this outlook. Therefore, all right, this is on DXY 4 hour time frame going forward, and I said I'll be expecting more of the reaction to get to this price level at close to 100. Anyways, okay, on the high time frame perspective, it was around the 100 level, which is above here. So on 4 hour time frame, we can keep it simple and wait for the reaction right here, and from there we have more insight on what to do with the dollar pairs. All right, going to the next one, we have the Euro US dollar currency pair. And let's see, most importantly, we have a movement for the week. For last week, we anticipated a move and we made some good move on this pair for last week and we're profitable on this. The community members were happy with this. So let's start for this week. Let's see from the weekly time frame perspective. And I'm going to take out the previous guys there. I have some objects. I'm going to take them out later. Okay. Now, this is on the weekly time frame perspective. We have a lot of ranges right here. So what exactly is the market doing? Ranging. So what exactly are we going to do on the lower time frame perspective to see more insight? On the lower time frame perspective, what exactly are we looking at? If you look at this carefully, you will see that the price has tapped into this range multiple times because at some point we're looking for a grab of liquidity at this price zone, at this price level. And so far, so well, the price has been there multiple times. It has grabbed it. Last week, it tapped into it, which was Friday after the news. It tapped into it and started rejecting from that zone going forward. But with what we have here is shifting in the upward direction, meaning the bulls are in charge, whereby we have the higher highs and higher lows creation, but maintaining this same level as the price seems to be difficult to break above it. So what exactly are we going to do? One, we will be waiting for a daily fair value gap zone to form for us to have more insight on what to do here. So what will I do? I will just do something like this. Next, when Monday candle open and closes, if it's closing below this level here, and it's creating where we have a fair value gap zone above here, I'm coming. Let me just draw that. Where we have a fair value gap zone anywhere from here. All right, Monday candle. After it's closing, I'll be expecting the Tuesday to range into this level, and we have this buy, okay, and all of that, just all of that. So I'm still expecting a bit of sell before we have a buy on Euro US dollar, okay. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have there. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. So it's looking a little bit. Okay, so not choking anyways. So what we have here, the analysis remains the same, only if I want to refine it. All right, refining on 4 hour time frame perspective, meaning I want to see more insight. I want to see more clearer to reduce the risk management and the rest of that. So what does that mean? The fair value gap zone I'm looking for right here, it's now reviewed, and this is what I'll be having. Of course, below it, I have another fair value gap zone, which is also a bullish one. Below it, I have another one, which is also a bullish one. But which of these will actually play out? We don't know yet. But one thing I do for sure is I wait for the price to come to a discount or a premium price level before I determine which of these I'm going to use going forward. So I'm not just going to jump on the first one or the second one or the third one or fourth or fifth. I'm going to look at it and which one is aligning with the discount price level. With this price range that you're looking at right here, where do you think we have the discount price level? If you have your Fibonacci drawn from here to here, that means this looks good because this will be around the 50%. This also looks good. This also looks good. This will be a deep retracement. So anywhere from here, this midpoint, this price next level, it's okay for us to look for that retracement before we have the buy momentum on the Euro US dollar. So ideally, I'll be expecting more bearish momentum into this range, something like this, before we have more buy. And this buy, actually, if I really have to do a deep look, I take a deep look at this. We have a level here at 1.78 or something like that. Yeah, it's 1.78 exactly, 1.78, which is here. All right, I can expect the price to move into this range, and if the price does and breaking below it, then we can have that bearish momentum again. So let's be careful. Let's be careful. Let's watch how we trade this. Okay, this is like three-way dimension or two-way dimension. So this is what I'll be looking out for on Euro US dollar for our time frame perspective. All right, so let's keep that simple. Let's go to the next one. We have about how many minutes left? All right, so for this week, so far so well. This worked well for us because we're expecting to see buy from the last. Okay, last week, this was the analysis we had. We had this one as a supply zone for the previous week. All right. So last week the price was here, and the analysis was to see a gap form into this level before we have a buy going back into the supply zone. The price did that. It did that gap down, and it moved awesomely into the supply zone over 50 pips in profit. And then we sold from there, and from this moment down to where the price started buying, it was over 200 pips. And when you look at that, from the buy to the next level we had that, it was over 200 pips again. So far so well. This matched some levels that we anticipated on intraday perspective, but on higher time frame perspective, where we have the overall outlook, this played out well for us last week, and the community was happy. So this one, particularly what we have here, I had this on over time now. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to explain it all over again. What we have here is very simple. I'm just expecting the price to get in here, grab liquidity, and start to sell. And currently, this is what it's doing. So let's go to the weekly time frame analysis and start the week on. For this week, this is what we have here. Okay, I think this is for a training. All right, so this is what we have here for this week. Weekly time frame perspective, this one has also been ranging. Ranging was much here. Okay, so I'm going to remove everything. Ranging was much, but overall, you see this price is different a little bit from the DXY, no, from the Euro USD, because this is forming lower lows and lower highs, right? It's forming lower lows and lower highs. This is a little bit different from that of Euro US dollar. So on the weekly, this is showing bearish momentum, lower lows, lower highs energy. But then, what can we excuse me, what can we say about this on the higher time frame, on the lower time frame perspective, like the daily? So the daily pressure we saw on Friday was quite significant, but it's still within the range whereby the price has grabbed the liquidity from the fair value gap zone found before now. And so far so well, the price has done a little bit of buy to this level, but the energy was really low when you look at the breaking of that last week, because right here we have the previous high level, and what the price did for the NFP was significant, but it only closed a little bit above this level, right? And it closed below it. So it swept through it and closed below it, meaning it's a little bit weak. And I'll be expecting the daily time frame candlestick to form as well and to show us a bearish momentum before it creates a buy above here before we can think of selling in the future. So far so well, this is what I'll be expecting on the Great Britain pounds US dollar. I'll wait for Monday candle to form, and after its formation, I'll find a bullish fair value gap zone right here. And of course, it's possible the markets open with a gap down as well into this range. And if that happens, I will be buying from here till this level is taken out again. And from there, I will know if I'm going to sell again or not, or I'll continue to buy going forward for the rest of the week. But that energy really depends on what DXY will be doing, because right here we have another level we can sell from. And of course, we can go to a lower time frame perspective, like the 4 hour time frame. Let's further see what we have here. On 4 hour time frame perspective, we can refine this absolutely, because one we have here is a fair value gap zone as well, which the market has tapped into a little for last week. And with that outlook, therefore, it means that if that will continue, we can still have something like this on it, and then we can have a significant bullish momentum right away from this price level. And if we continue checking the price level, we have that significant. This was a balanced price range. This was a fair value gap zone too, but I will be waiting for this one particularly to play out significantly in the market. And on 1 hour time frame perspective, peradventure, if we're going to be looking for a buy or a reaction level or a reaction zone on this, well, I'll just be waiting for this to happen though, because this looks more fantastic right here. If you look at the model, for example, look at what they completed right here. So I'm expecting a significant bearish momentum before we go forward. And look at this level here. Liquidity was grabbed also with this candle. And that means at this level, we can be waiting for reaction in the future right here when the price actually sell beyond our expectation. So let's keep the fingers crossed and let's see how this unfold for the week. No analysis is right or wrong. Have confidence in what you analyze, and that is how it's going to work out for you. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. And this is the AUD US dollar. Last week we anticipated this for a buy, and look at what the price did. It actually bought, but not from where we anticipated it from. Okay, so currently I'm going to go to the next thing, which is the weekly time frame analysis. And looking at that from this perspective, it's been raining annoyingly for forever, like forever, since January, February, March, May. This is what I said. Anticipated a buy on this since the beginning of this year. That it was looking bullish, but to this price level, but it's going to get there annoyingly. And so far, so well, the price has been doing exactly that. And about 300 pips or 380 pips to that zone right now. But currently, it's annoying. Daily time frame, weekly time frame perspective, really annoying because it's ranging in between, and in between every single time. So on the daily time frame perspective, it's looking the same. As you can see, this is AUD US dollar looking very, very choppy. And this range is quite significant. You can't overlook this. Definitely is going to argue a lot of time. So we have a lot of ranges. All through last week was a range for this guy. And as you can see it right here. So what do we have on the 4 hour time frame perspective? Do we have any opportunity here? Well, let's go back to the daily. Let me show you something. On the daily, we have a significant price zone here, whereby we can anticipate a buy in the future, which is right here. So we can always mark a zone like this. And why are we really doing that? It's because we're seeing a potential bullish momentum from there. And with this outlook, therefore, we can go to lower time frame to refine. So for a 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On the 4 hour time frame, this is looking really good. Yes, it's looking really good. Just this is the level. Can you see we have a lot of ranges? Demand zone, of course, this is a demand zone. We have that price moving back here. And of course, we can also have a price level reacting from here. This level now starts serving as an inducement. This is a very good zone too. We can look for a buy right here. All we have to do is to check is to check it like this, is to pick a level like this, and I'm trying to do something significant. All right, so I can do something like this, and of course you can as well do something like this, create something like this for the next price level. All right, so keep this very simple. The forex market is beautiful in such a way that you can always make profit without much pressure. So keep that in mind every single time you're analyzing the market. Okay, so for me, I'm looking at this. I'm keeping my fingers crossed on this because right here, I think there will be an opportunity for this week to do exactly what I'm showing right now. Okay, so currently this is on 4 hour time frame perspective. This is what I'll be expecting on this particular AUD US dollar. Okay, so whatever the price does now, I'm really less concerned because it's been ranging. Really, it's really been ranging for a long time. So, however, there is a bullish momentum opportunity here, which is the fair value gap zone to the bullish side on 4 hour time frame perspective, whereby we can have this then and boom to the upside. But peradventure, if the price chooses to do the opposite of that, whereby the DXY becomes stronger, then this can actually be broken like this. This can actually be broken. Spend more time on this. Anyways, this can actually be broken and come into this range and then move and move and move again. So this is also very, very possible for us to see going forward for the week on AUD US dollar. All right, so let's keep that simple and let's see what we have for this week. So to keep that there, let me do something like this. Let me do something like this. What I have here before now. Okay, I think I overdid it. Okay, so this is very possible. All right. So I'll just take away this guy. I'll take away this guy and I just want to create something that we can always refer to. So it doesn't look like we're analyzing what has happened before or with what has happened already. So we have an outlook to tell us that this is what exactly we're looking for before it happens exactly in the market. So this is it here. We have about 18 minutes. Okay, good. So this is AUD US dollar. Let's see what we have on USD CAD. USD CAD, simply from last week, we analyzed that it's going to buy from here to this price level, and that happened. And when you check that, it did over 118 pips so far, so well. From this price level, we expected a sell from, and look at it. It's actually sold, and it sold for about how many pips in the first time? When it tapped into it, it first sold about 90 something pips. The second time, Effect of the news, okay, it sold about 20, 32 pips currently. So far so well. This was a very good one for us for last week. And then let's analyze for the week and let's see what we have for this week on USD Canadian dollar. On the weekly time frame perspective on the USD card, what do we have here? I will be very fast now. Okay, this looks bullish. Honestly, this looks bullish because right here, higher highs and higher lows is not joking. Higher highs and higher lows is not joking. And for the last week, it created significant bullish candles. So I think in what I'm looking at right here, more like the price is going to test this level going forward. Though we might experience a little bit retracement, which will be clear on the lower time frame perspective. So let's go to the lower time frame. Let's see what that looks like on the daily. Oof. Yeah, this is it on daily. We have fantastic movement for all through last week. It was actually a buy momentum and it bought significantly. All right. So far so well. This is looking good for a buy, continuation of a buy. And this low, look at it here. It has actually created a what's it called? A double low right here, an equal low below this price level, grab liquidity. And this not just a grab, it's not just an ordinary grab, it's actually grabbed the liquidity from a fair value gap zone right here, as you can see. So going forward, this looks bullish. As a matter of fact, I'll be expecting more bullish momentum on this going forward. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On the 4 hours, this looks a bit of bearish, and before then, we have a bullish momentum. I'm going to take that out. This will be the first thing I'm going to do right here. So right now, I'll be expecting a bit of bearish momentum, which is not much, about 10 pips, really. This is not much at all. This is not much at all. This is not much. So I'm expecting a bit of bearish momentum right here. Okay, break that high and smash that level. So ideally, expecting more bullish momentum from here over 100 pips for this week for our time frame perspective on USD CAD. All right, if you're seeing this for the very first time, subscribe and like this, and let's share this across. Okay. Now this is the USDJPY. What do we have on USDJPY? Last week we anticipated a buy from this zone. The market swept through that low. It's the stop loss right here. Okay. But ideally, without stop loss, this would be bullish momentum right now. Would have been in profit, but there was a stop loss, so we got it right here. So that's bad, but not really bad because we made some profit on other pairs. Okay, so it's good. So for this week, let's see what we have for the markets. From the weekly time frame perspective, let's look at the markets critically. It's been a ranging guy. Okay, it's been a ranging one for the past how many weeks? About 7 weeks now. It's been ranging, significant range. And what do we have here on the daily time frame perspective? That means we can look forward to see more insight on the daily. Let's just keep it that way. Okay, more insight on the daily. On the daily, the USDJPY. Okay, this is a lot of ranging here, guys. I do not like a ranging market this much. A lot of range is going on here, but so far so well. We can tell that on this particularly, um, I'm going to look forward to see how the daily time frame will be created on Monday, and I won't have to bother with that, but I'll wait for Tuesday to happen. If Tuesday happens to be a bearish one like this, yes, we can look at this, of course, before we have a significant buy momentum in the future. What do I mean? I will look for a fair value gap zone around this price level and the Monday candle. So Tuesday we guide us right into this zone right here, and we can trade this down from there. And if we're going to do that, that means we're going to take out this low right here. Can you see this? We're going to take out this low right here. Okay, that would be the outlook. But of course, this looks bullish. It 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 looks bullish at the end of the day. So I'm just looking at the opportunity we have here. Probably if the market will just tap into this range and then starts buying immediately, or it's possible that we have the price actually clearing this low right here, whereby the market will just clear this low and then it moves to this side directly, just like that. So either ways, I'm expecting this. This is not really too clear, but on 4 hour time frame perspective, let me see what we have. I'm not going to join this Ori rather. I'm not going to join this in a hurry. We take my time on this. USDJPY, I'll mark it. So far so well. This is looking not bad. It's looking good. But ideally, if I want to really do this, I can wait for a significant price zone. Okay. So from this pattern of price action where we have the II taking out the low is taken out. Of course, the market went back to this range. Now it took out this previous low right here. Significantly, this low was taken out with this candle, swept through it and come back into this range. I can be expecting a little bit of buy right here though. I will be expecting a demand zone like here to play out in the market in the future. So whereby I can expect the price to do a bit of buy. Okay. Yes, I can expect the market to do a bit of buy into this range, into this range right, into this range, and this happen. Okay, so this is also possible. I can wait for the price to actually do this for me for this week on the USD, what's USDJPY. So, well, this is the part, this is the part of the business. This is the part I'm looking at. Okay, so let's see how this play out eventually. Let's see how this play out eventually because we have a bearish momentum on DXY currently. So if that will be bearish indeed, that means we're going to have a bearish momentum before going upward. But this look a little bit trickish, and this is USDJPY for me. So I'm not really looking into much thing on it. Anyways, it's more of that. It's more of that. So USDJPY, this is what it looks like. All right. I would have wished that I see a bearish momentum first to grab the liquidity, clear all these liquidities, trend liquidity zones here. All right. I'll be expecting to have seen something like this, take out this low before I start buying, but it is what it is. So let's keep it simple. If it doesn't play out that way, no problem. We'll look for another opportunity on this later on. Let's keep that simple. This is USDCHF. All right, this one particularly, it has moved into where we anticipated. Look at this price. It moved into this range, and already for the week, it's been buying. That was for last week. It has done about 31 pips thereabouts. Okay, but on weekly time frame perspective, what do we have here? I'm not going to. I think I should just jump to gold. The time is really up. Okay, now we have this. We have this. We have this. On the weekly time frame perspective, it's looking bearish, but the bearish pressure is very, very low. It's very, very low. So I'll be looking forward to my previous outlook on this, a buy. All right. I'll be looking for a continuation of buy, even though it sold significantly with every candle on Friday into the range. And that is also possible because that's the power of the fundamental. It's moved and moved the market into where you're expecting. That is catalyst. So I'm expecting more bearish momentum right here, more bullish momentum rather right here. So significantly, I will see how markets will open on the on the Sunday and see how Monday market will play out. If this level will be retested or we'll be having more bullish momentum right here because we have lower lows, lower highs until we have this level. So what we'll be expecting now is really cool, expecting the price to break above here and turn that level to a demand zone, and we move from there. So this will be the outlook for this one going forward. All right, that's this for me. So let's keep that simple. This is a 4 time frame perspective on USDCHF. I think we analyzed so much already. Okay, this is this is it. USDCHF 4 time frame perspective. So I really want NZD US dollar. I'm not looking into it. I'll just be on the 4 hours anyway. So I'll look at this level. What's this? USD NZDCHF. Okay. All right. I'll just wait for this bearish momentum into this price zone. I don't want to spend more time here. Okay. So this is what I'll be expecting on this particularly. All right. See, this level is taken out in the markets. This level right here. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I'll be expecting. This is NZD US dollar. And of course, if the market chooses, by the way, this level was a level we had a rebuy from last week. Okay. We had a rebuy from here. We did about 80 pips in profit, and this is good. So currently, I'm not using this anymore. Just waiting for the price to come in here before I have more buy momentum. And peradventure, if the market continues to show the other side of DXY, which is opposite of this, that means this level will be broken. You see reaction. It will break this level as well. You see reaction. It breaks out this low. You see reaction. Then we're coming back to test this level right here. Okay. So this is the outlook I have on NZD US dollar. And let's go to gold. I think I should just go to gold. GBJPY, I don't have time. Sorry. British pounds, Canadian dollar. Really? Yes, I expected this to buy actually. I expected it to buy from here, but it was a little bit closer. It was about 51 pips closer to our entry point before it started pulling. And it has pulled so much that it has done over 300 pips. Currently, it's looking sell, but I'm not interested in it for now. I'll check this during the week and I'll talk more about that. British pounds, Australian dollar, where I anticipated this for a buy. It's happened to our level for a buy. It did about 165 pips on average. It's retracing right now. If you're on it, keep your entry, secure it, and in course of the week, I'm going to talk about this again. I'm going to analyze this going forward. But for the weekly outlook, I just want to check on a few other things. I think in 2 minutes I should be done with gold, and let's have it for a day, okay? So that should be all. That should be all. That should be all. This is gold. And on gold, currently we have that significant movement. Last week it broke the all-time high, and that was about 3,500. It broke above. It broke above it. It broke and it got to 3,600. And with that, it closed significantly high on the weekly time frame perspective after a lot of ranging to the upside and higher highs and higher lows. Annoyingly, it has break all the all-time highs. So relating on that all-time high now, and we're putting it somewhere else. This is now the new all-time high in the market. So what exactly are we looking at for this week? Of course, if you look at the daily time of the weekly time frame perspective, we're looking at a fair value gap zone, which is right here. And of course, as you're looking at it, it sounds impossible. It sounds unrealistic for price to actually come back ever since gold has been breaking all-time high. It's really difficult for it to come down this much into a level like this to grab a retracement. But so far, so well. Let's go to the daily time frame perspective and see what we have there. On the daily, on the daily, on the daily, on the daily. I'm coming. It's not loading, it's not loading. I want to check the daily. Okay, so on the daily, we have series of days without retracement, and that is not looking nice. So, so far, so well. What we can tell from this outlook, therefore, is we are going to see more bearish momentum on gold right here. I'm coming. Okay, we're going to see more bearish momentum on gold going forward. It could be within this price level to this price level before it grab a buy opportunity, but I'm looking for a sell momentum on gold with before it continues more buy. After breaking all-time high, it has to retrace significantly, grab some rest and grab some energy again to go forward. On 4-hour time frame perspective, my outlook will remain the same on gold because right here, the fair value gap zone we have here, this has tapped into it and it has brought through that. So, so far, so well, what we have left is here on the 4-hour time frame perspective. So this is at least still reasonable, expecting price to do a bit of movement into this range, which is not much, about 200 and something pips, about 200 pips on average. All right, doing something like this and continue its buy if you want to create another all-time high for the week. But so far, so well. I'm having a resentment that I will be expecting more sell momentum on gold before new series of buy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're stopping for today. Thank you very much. I wish you a very profitable week ahead of your trade with proper risk management and do enjoy the rest of the week. Bye for now and God bless you.